Get on to rock, get up to burn, stand with the pride, ever feel your desire. One day I noticed that my life was broken. It was not me who was controlling this body. Oh, I want to know what's really real to me before it vanishes like a wave. Get on the rock, get up the burn, stand with the pride on me, the ways to make her. You must have heard it. Grasp the truth, only high, right fears, that's what this makes us start with. You haven't heard it, girl. Don't be afraid to listen to your own heart. Big fast Sonic, that's my heartbeat in you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mulling League's Dungeonbowl. Week number 1 is underway here in the third and final open competition of the season. And boy, what a matchup it's going to be tonight. We have a doubleheader tonight. We are going to kick off with the Meisters versus the Street. Malik versus Nick Satan. Chaos Doors versus Ogres. Oh my lord. Let's take a look at the standings. In Division A, the Blood Isle Thanes, coached by newcomer Duke Glamorn. In first place is Necro Team with a win this week. 3-0 was the score, putting him tidily in first place. In second place, the Masters of MAML, Dark Elf Team, coached by El Nubarino. And in third, currently, the Arendelle Icebreakers, coached by Chime, a Norse team. They won their first game this week. And in Division B, Artificial Bunny's Halfling team, the Mootland Scout Troop 079. They're in first place with their win 2-1. We have 2 Division B games up tonight. First up will be the Brewmeisters and the Street. That'll be followed by the Damaged Dragons and Friendly Neighbor Kaiju. That's going to be a Lizard mirror match coming up right after this game around 9 o'clock. I'm looking forward to that one as well. First off, we'll take a look at the Brewmeisters. This is Malik's team coming into TV of 1450, has 140k in the treasury, a full 11-player roster this evening. 2 Bull Centaurs, a Minotaur, 3 Hobgoblins, and a bunch of Chaos Dwarf blockers will round out his roster. He has 3 team rerolls, 1 Apothecary, 5 Fan Factor. The Bull Centaurs, those are the stars of the show. Strength 4, they're both level 2. He got Break Tackle on both of these players. I think that's an excellent pickup on a Bull Centaur. That's going to allow him to use his strength instead of his agility when he fails a dodge roll. That'll allow this Bull Centaur to move around the pitch, and you will see Malik, I was going to say occasionally, but maybe even often, use a Bull Centaur as a ball carrier if he can at all help it. A Strength 4 ball carrier, very, very strong. The Bull Centaurs have an MA of 6. They have Sprint and Sure Feet. That brings their effective MA up to 9. They get a reroll on one of those 3, count them, 3 GFIs. The Minotaur, Getty Lee on base naturally, has Frenzy, Horns, Mighty Blow, and Claw. Devastating player. He doesn't have the AV of 9, he has an AV of 8. He has an MA of 5. He's going to be a target, but if Malik can leverage this Minotaur tonight, and I think he wants to, he can do very, very well. He's up against an Ogre team. He wants to leverage Claw, he wants to leverage Horn, he wants to leverage Mighty Blow, and if he can get a couple of extra dice with Frenzy, he'll take that as well. He does have the number 9 Chaos Dwarf blocker, Claude Elsinore, who has Claw as well. Claw effectively treats your opposing AV as if it were 7. That'll be very, very helpful for him tonight. He has 2 players with Guard. He has another player, Doug McKenzie, with Mighty Blow, and the 3 Hobgoblins. These Hobgoblins are kitted out pretty well, in my opinion. He has 1 with Block. He has 1 with Wrestle and is the kicker. Great pickup. And he has his 3rd and final Hobgoblin with Block and Fend. Very, very smart, in my opinion. This is a great roster. The Bull Centaurs are the stars of the show. They're the ones that are going to be dancing around the pitch and trying to put the hurt on. The problem is they're against a Strength 5 team tonight. So he might need to rely less on the Bull Centaurs tonight and more on the Minotaur and number 9, and maybe even to some degree Doug McKenzie, number 5. He's going to be up against this Ogre team. It's a fresh team coming in at TV of 1,000K in the treasury for Nick Satan. 12-player roster, and you can see just how much of a travesty an Ogre roster is. He decided, interestingly enough, he decided to pick up 6 Ogres to start with. I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life. He has 6 Ogres to start with. The rest are Noblars. These are the 2 players he has to choose from. 4 cheerleaders. He's got a bunch of cheerleaders on the payroll, but no rerolls to speak of. I don't know about that. I would have traded an Ogre or 2 to get my rerolls up. But he has 6 Ogres. These Ogres are a strength of 5. That's huge, and they have Mighty Blow. Every other player is a Noblar. The weakest player in the game of Blood Bowl, also the cheapest, coming in at 20K. They only have a strength of 1. They only have an AV of 5. If they get punched, they are going to evaporate into the ether. But they're not as bad as they look. So look at this. They have dodge, right stuff, sidestep, stunty, and titchy. Stunty means they can ignore the negative modifiers on their dodges. Titchy is going to give them a +1 to their dodges. That's effectively going to bring their AG up to 4 for all of their dodges. Every single one of their dodges is a 2+. And so this is going to break the rule a little bit. You know, we talk about Elven teams that have AG 4. We say, well, if you can get the 2-die block, get the 2-die block. Otherwise, take the 2+ dodge. These Noblars, they always want a 2+ dodge, right? They're not going to get the 2-die block. They only have a strength of 1, and with a pitiful AV of 5, they do not want to get hit. So they will be dodging away every single turn. You can bet Nick Satan's going to hold Malik to a blitz on the Noblars. He's not going to be giving up any Noblar blocks unless those Noblars are perhaps tying up a key player or something. But they're not that bad, right? They have sidestep as well. They can sidestep to where they want to be. They don't really want to use sidestep if they can at all help it. But he's got a lot of strength with Mighty Blow, and he's got these Noblars that can just dodge around all day long. So, Clive says, a player less durable than a halfling. Indeed. So what he's going to want to do tonight is he wants to leverage that strength 5. He wants, you know, often you want to set up your 2-die blocks. Nick Satan's going to be looking to set up his 3-die blocks. He really wants to get those 3-die blocks off if he can. The name of the game for him is punching with these Ogres, getting those 3-die blocks, getting Mighty Blow to be useful, avoiding the boneheaded, right? All 6 of these Ogres are boneheaded. They have to roll a d6 before they take their action. If it's a 1, not only do they lose their action, but they lose their tackle zones, and this can be a huge detriment to this team. With inexplicably 0 rerolls on this roster, he's going to have to be very careful with his action order, and he's going to have to be very careful with actually actioning Ogres. There will be lots of times where he might just not take a block with an Ogre, or even take an action with an Ogre, because he doesn't want to go boneheaded. He'll have 3 Ogres on the line, no doubt. Those Noblars he's going to try to keep safe, no doubt. You'll see him on defense probably set those Noblars up all as safeties. Like he just wants to keep them away, and then bring them in for an assist if he needs to, or for fouling. They're great for that as well. The Ogres need to put in the work, and each turn I will be very surprised if he actions all 6 Ogres. He wants to try to get the player advantage. If he can come out on top on offense with an AG of 2 and a free Ogre. He's got a 50-50 shot to pick this ball up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Ogre ball carrier. A strength 5 ball carrier, MA5's not bad. That's massive. That's massive. No pun intended. Pun a little bit intended. So, a very tricky team to play. I think it's made all the trickier with no rerolls. Who knows? Maybe this huge cheating leader contingent will work out in his favor. But without further ado, let's head on over to Cabal TV. Well, let's see if our coaches are in Discord. They are indeed. On paper, I'm giving this to the Brewmeisters. That doesn't mean that the street is out. Any team can win in Blood Bowl, but I think I think ogres are perhaps the worst team in Blood Bowl. Clevy says, all right, these ogres don't have loner, do they? They do not. That is a good benefit, but boneheaded, we're going to see a lot of boneheaded rolls this evening. 450k will be coming to the street this evening. 450k can buy him a bunch of stuff. He can pick up Nabla. Nabla is the loony. That's the goblin chainsaw player. That could be huge for him. He could take out those bull centaurs early with that. He can pick up Brick and Grotti. So Brick and Grotti is a duo. It's an ogre Noblar duo that he can pick up. Who else? Grotti has an AG of 4, I believe. And the ogre Brick, he has a bunch of passing skills. So if Nick Satan wants to threaten the actual throw teammate game, he can do that with Brick and Grotti. Bomber Dripplesnot's an option. He could go for Morg. I wouldn't, but he could go for a wizard. He's got a bunch of options. Man, he could go for a wizard and a master chef. Oh boy. A master chef would cost him 300k. If he picks up a chef and a wizard, that would make me very happy. All right. Both coaches are in Discord. Waiting for the game to get underway. 450k, remember, in petty cash will be going to Nick Satan, so some time will be spent here on the inducement phase. I think, boy, honestly, I think I might go with Brick and Grotti. Brick and Grotti comes in at 290. But if he really wants the wizard, he could go wizard and Nabla. That's an option to him as well. Well, he could pick up the wizard with Brick and Grotti. Brick and Grotti is 290, so 440 would be a wizard and Brick and Grotti. He could definitely do that. He'd have to make use of that passing game. Brick has Nerves of Steel and Strong Arm. Or else it's just money going to waste. But we'll see. He could pick, again, Nabla's, a lot of people like going with Nabla because the chainsaw is really, really strong. But remember, Nabla is a secret weapon, so there's only one drive with Nabla. So whatever drive you have Nabla on, you got to make it count. Clevy says, man, my chat is welcome to the chat room. It's just a very friendly chat is all. All right, we're about to get this game underway. It looks like the Brewmeister is going to be on defense to set up. Three-man defensive line offset here for the Brewmeisters. The street did indeed pick up a wizard. They picked up a wizard and a babe. And a bribe. A wizard, a babe, and a bribe. There's the two-star. He did pick up Nabla and Bomber Dripplesnot. So he picked up both secret weapon star players as well. Nabla has the chainsaw. Bomber Dripplesnot has the sack of bombs. Yeah, he wants these Noblars off the line. Good setup here, in my opinion, by the Brewmeisters to keep Geddy Lee off the line. He does have a strength of 5, but he's a target. You want to keep him mobile for the blitz so he can get horns. He's also a wild animal, so if he's blitzing with wild animal, it's a 2+ blitzing or blocking. Otherwise, it's a 4+ to take his action. Having him set up as a linebacker is a good option, in my opinion. He has those two fast bull centaurs in either wide zone. I really think He wants to try to get these 3 dies if he can at all help it. All right. Kicker for the Brewmeisters. They're deciding to kick it fairly shallow. Actually, they're deciding to kick it to the 18-yard, or rather, it's kicked to the 18-yard line. It could go shallow if he chooses to. Here's the kick. Brewmeisters get to reset their defense. They may do just that. Try not to take all these hits from these ogres. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to reset his line to the left here. He only has one guard helping out here, but that's fine. It's going to be a 2-die block by Burnt. These are all Sesame Street characters. Oh, he's putting the Minotaur in the left wide zone as well. That's very interesting. There's the kick. All 6 ogres on... What is happening to my mouse? All 6 ogres on the line. I was kind of hoping we'd see an ogre run with the ball. But turn 1 for the street. You're going to hear that die roll for all of these ogres. Got through boneheaded. With no reroll on deck. That both down result is going to be a turnover. Rolled into 2 both down results, and that is it. Turn 1 for the Brewmeisters here. They don't have to get greedy. He's going to try to blitz down number 6 here, Karmit. Karmit the Ogre. Sets up for the frenzy follow-up here. He's going to bring the Minotaur in over to the sideline here. Try to get this 2-die block on the Ogre. And if he has to follow up block again, he'll get another 2-die out of it. Oh, he's coming the other way. Oh, much better. Coming the other way, gets the knockdown. Tried to surf an ogre. Gets a good stun out of it and still has some movement points left with this Minotaur. Probably wants to move the Minotaur forward, I would say. Nope, he's going to stay put. Takes a mark on number 5. Why? Why? Oh, 2 marks on a strength 5 player. He's going to try to make this a 1-die block coming back, but Nick can make this a 2-die with a Noblar assist. Well, he can't anymore. "15 seconds left in the turn." Who's Bull Centaur in the right wide zone forward. Turn 2 now for the street. Nick Satan setting up his offensive pocket first. This is a good action order. There's that failed boneheaded roll. Normally, the game plan on an ogre team would be, I've got some rerolls. Do I want to waste it on when do I reroll boneheaded and when do I not? But that's not an option for him here. Yeah, 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown on the ghost of Mr. McKenzie. Fails to get through that massive armor on these dwarves. They have an AV of 9, rather. Takes the mark on the Minotaur. Blitz has been spent. Currently has a 1-die on number 9. He can make it a 2-die. Gets the assist with the ogre. I would have marched that ogre forward and marked. Mark. You have a strength of 5. Go tie people up. He's sending his Noblars back to keep them safe. He's trying to set up some protection around the ball. 2-die block gets the POW here against number 9. Looking for that 10+. Doesn't get it. Remember, he has Mighty Blow, so really he can get away with a 9+ and then not have the reroll on the injury roll. 3+ pickup works out. Grabber, the number 8 Noblar, will be in possession of this ball on the street's 16-yard line. Remember that just about every block on a Noblar is going to be a 3-die block. Stand up blitz, 2-die blitz on Squirmy, the number 5 ogre gets the knockdown. Will he follow up here? I wouldn't. Yeah, I absolutely wouldn't. Now he's got some movement with the dwarf if he wants. It costs 3 MA to stand up. He spent 1 on the block. He has 2 GFIs remaining. Gets the assist. He's going to take the Minotaur block on number 2. This means he's going to walk away from number 6. He has to due to Frenzy unless he gets a... well, he doesn't have block for the both standing result. Gets the knockdown. Must follow up here. Well done. I was really hoping he'd take a chef. A chef and a wizard, man. That would have been awesome. All right, number 6 is potentially going to get out of harm's way. Dwarves descending on this Noblar protection, if you can even call it that. Boy, oh, these marks are so scary. These marks are scary. Holding Nick to a 1-die block, but you know what? Against a Hobgoblin, I think he's going to take it. Stands up number 6, gets him 1 space off the sideline. He doesn't want to move another space. Keeping the Bull Centaur marked. That Bull Centaur has an AG of 2, but remember he has break tackle. He effectively has an AG of 4. Clypheus asks, what are the 2 star players on the sidelines? That is our old friend Nobla and Bomber Dripplesnot. The Loony and the Bombardier. broken armor gets a stun on number 7. Gets the assist for the 2-die on number 15. Gets the knockdown. Looking for an 8+ with Mighty Blow. Didn't get it. Doesn't really have anywhere to move Grabber. He's going to want to dodge out number 9 for sure. Looks like he's going to have to set up a cage, a cage of Noblars. Advances the ball to his own 8-yard line in the right wide zone. Still has his wizard. Yeah, those will always be 2+. Turn 3 now for the Brewmeisters. Half the Brewmeisters team out of position on the left side of the pitch. Nick Satan trying to take advantage of this fact and move this ball forward on the right side of the pitch. If he can tie up, or if he can hold down the fort over on the left side of the pitch, he'll be in decent shape here. Clypeus, thank you for the bits. Malik trying to decide what his plan's going to be here. 2-die block on number 2, gets the knockdown, has to follow up, breaks armor. Gets an injury, well done. That's going to be a smashed hip on Oscar. B.1234, welcome to the stream. Smash hip on an ogre. 1-man player advantage now for the Brewmeisters. .43 seconds to go. Has a free dwarf. Probably wants to leverage him to get back into some defense here. Definitely wants to take this time to try to regroup if he can. Wow, 50-50 dodge by the Bull Centaur. Worked out. Remember, though, that he has break tackle. Is he going to risk a 3+ dodge? He is. Is he going to re-roll this? Decides to re-roll this dodge. Works out. Saves the Hobgoblin. And then he did the 4+ with Doug McKenzie. That worked out as well. Turn 4 back to the street. They can get some decent yardage here, but the Brewmeisters were able to regroup their defense. And the street's gonna have to muscle down pitch yet again here to try to score. Long range ogre blitz. 2-die blitz. He gets a push out of this. The number 1 ogre, Elmo, will follow up, indeed. With these ogres spread out, he's in the unfortunate position of having to action almost all of them. He might be able to get away without actioning Large Bird. But everyone else really needs to move. Ball will advance to the streets' own 2-yard line. Gets through the boneheaded roll yet again with Karmit. I think he'll be okay with this. I think he doesn't want I don't think he wants to action Large Bird and risk the boneheaded roll, but he needs to get these Gnoblars safe. I might even maybe go for the foul on number 7. Remember, Nick Satan really doesn't care if these Gnoblars are marked or not. All of their dodges are going to be a 2+. He just doesn't want to start marked. He wants to hold the Brewmeisters to a single Gnoblar blitz a turn. Final turn of the first quarter. Brewmeisters trying to figure out how to get this D working. Two marks on Karmit, the number 6 ogre at mid-pitch. Takes a mark with John Elsinore, the number 14 Hobgoblin, but he's marking both the number 6 blocker and the ogre. Might be trying to set up, or he might be trying to go for the 2-die blitz with the Minotaur on Karmit. No, he's going to take the blitz with the number 9 blocker instead. He'll get a knockdown out of this. He's looking for an 8+. Didn't get it. Oh, those claws. You couldn't get a knockdown with those claws? Or you couldn't break armor with those claws? Yeah, so instead of taking the blitz with the Minotaur, which you get your Minotaur Mighty Blow, you get all of his neat skills, but more importantly, if he's not blocking or blitzing, man, my mouse is going nuts. If he's not blocking or blitzing, then his wild animal rolls just a 50-50. I'm gonna have to degrease the mouse wheel or something. This is this is not cool. Two-die block gets the knockdown on Elmo. Doug the Minotaur says Minotaurs are for coaches, not players. All right. Second quarter is going to begin shortly here for the street. Brewmeisters tries to close down the hole at mid-pitch, but I imagine we're going to see a blitz attempt. We're going to see a blitz attempt on the number 2 Bull Centaur. Tried to stand up Karmit, failed his boneheaded roll. Yeah, here's that blitz. 2-die blitz. Got a push out of this. He'll push him to the right side to keep this hole open. And now he can try to move this ball back to center pitch. Glyphius, thank you for the bits. Is that the theme of Carmit? Remember, after this game, we're going to have a Lizard Mirror match coming up next. It'll be the Damaged Dragons versus the Friendly Neighbor Kaiju, War Horseman versus Merrick. All right, so he sends a Noblar, Count Von Numbers, over to mark number 9. So he will do this on occasionally. We talked about how he doesn't want to give up those blocks, but if it's important, he might take a mark with a Noblar. That's exactly what he did here. SB Beaver says facing off against Lizards somehow feels like my safest game this tournament. The ball is going to advance to the opposing 8-yard line at mid-pitch. Well done by the street. Still have a Wizard on deck. Takes a second Noblar mark. Oh, he really wants to keep this cage free. That's 2 Noblars that are going to turn into paste. May Nuffle save you. That's 3. Oh boy. Turn 5 for the Brewmeisters. The street 2 spaces away from scoring position. Remember, the dwarves are very slow. They have an MA of 4. Hobgoblins have an MA of 6, and then, of course, you have the Bull Centaurs with an MA of 6 plus Sprint. There's that 3-die block. He's going to get the knockdown. He's looking for a 6+ here. Plus, he has Mighty Blow. Oh, Noblar stays alive. Second 3-die block. Gets another... Oh, this is going to be a oh, no, it's not going to be a dodge push because of tackle. Gets a stun on Count Van Numbers. You know what? If it's just a stun, I'd take it. Third 3-die block on the number... on the number 7 Noblar. SB Beaver says, yeah, I always feel happy when a skink only takes a stun as well. Yeah, Stunty really hurts, man. Stunty reduces the stun result and makes KOs and Kaz's more likely. Three plus dodge works out by Ted, the number 16 Hobgoblin. He's going to get the 2-die block with the Bull Centaur on Burnt. This needs to be a push or a reroll. He's going to go for the push. Probably follows up here. Yes, indeed he does. Remember, the Noblars, all of their dodges are going to be a 2+, and they have the dodge skill. Here's that third 3-die block. He's going to get the knockdown on the number 7 Noblar. Looking for a 6. 6 or higher. Doesn't get it. Wow. Wow. Gonna go for the 1-die blitz. The 1-die blitz on number 5. Oh, 2-die. All right, fair enough. 2-die blitz, but that's not gonna cut it. He doesn't want the trade here. He's gonna want to re-roll this. Ah, but didn't get through Loner. Let's hope the trade works out. You know what? He did lose his Minotaur, unfortunately, to a stun. But both players being stunned, that's not too shabby. Turn 6 for the street now. Remember, the street still has their wizard. Electing not to use it at the start of their turn. They're going to stand up Karmit. Karmit the Frug. Two-die blitz gets the pow on the ghost of Bob McKenzie. Looking for a 10 plus here. Doesn't get it. Really, nobody left to make anything safe. Oh no! Failed the boneheaded roll with Bert. He doesn't get his action, and more importantly, he loses his tackle zones. Those tackle zones are going to remain lost until he passes the boneheaded roll in a future turn. Two-die blocker from the right wide zone gets a push on Brewmeister Smith. He's going to have to stand up and dodge number 7. Looks like he is going to move down pitch. Takes a mark on the number 15 Hobgoblin, Tychum Big Arm. The ball advances to the opposing 18-yard line over in the left wide zone now. Needs to stand up number 7. Good 2+ dodge, well done. Failed the GFI. Somehow didn't break armor on the failed GFI. I am surprised that he didn't try to get some sort of protection on the ball carrier. Turn 6 now for the Brewmeisters. He does have a break tackle dodge with the ghost of Bob McKenzie. Is he down? Yeah, he's down. So he's got 3. He can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. He can't get there. But John Elsinore absolutely can get there on a double GFI. He'd have to dodge out first. But I think that's his best bet at a blitz if he wants to take a blitz. 2-die block. Gets a push on Large Bird, the number 3 Ogre. Frees up Ted. Ted just about the same here. It's 2 GFIs to make the block. Both of the Hobgoblins have the block skill. Failed the dodge here. He has to re-roll this. Failed dodge, and that's going to be a score by the street. Wow. I don't think the street messes around here with no rerolls. They just walk it into the end zone. 1-0 is the score. Well done by Nick Satan. Clavius, thank you for the bits. That's right. Run. Excellent job by Nick Satan here with this ogreish offense. Was able to hold on to his wizard. Still has his wizard on deck. He's going to have to bring in one of the secret weapons, unfortunately, for this drive because he's down a player. He's only going to get 1 turn with one of these secret weapons. I imagine it'll be Bomber Dribble Snot. Why do I keep calling him Dribble Snot? It's Dribble Snot. SB Beaver says, what is this division with halflings and ogres working? Wait, why does he have 11 players? What am I missing? Oh, we had a 12-player roster. He had a 12-player roster, that's why. Those Noblars are so cheap. They're so inexpensive at 20k. 30k. 30k. Brewmeisters will have 2 turns to score. They could do it, but the odds aren't very likely. We'll see if they can pull it off. They're up against a 3-man ogre line. That is what you're going to see on offense and defense for the street all competition long. The Brewmeisters setting up with a 6-man offensive line. They have the Minotaur on the line. If they're going to keep the Minotaur on the line like that, they probably want to swap in Hosehead the dog to get the assist on guard, or with his guard skill. He does have the guard with Doug McKenzie as well. Levy says, I would have brought them in the first half. So risky not using the star players. Yeah, it's a strategy. It ended up paying off for Nick Satan here. He's got him in the bag for defense in the second half. Here's the kick. The Brewmeisters, the street does not have a kicker. Oh, but they get a blitz. They get a blitz. The 3 ogres on the line aren't going to be able to do anything, but he's got 2 free ogres to blitz with. Let's go. 2-die blitz gets a pow on the number 6 Chaos Dwarf blocker. Looking for that 10 plus. He does have Mighty Blow to re-roll his armor roll or his injury roll, but didn't roll high enough on the armor roll. And that will be the end of the blitz action. He can still action any other player who's unmarked. I don't like having these Noblars in the linebacker position. I would have had the ogres in the linebacker position and pulled these Noblars just way back here, safe. All my Noblars would have been right here. That's where I would have kept them. I don't want those Noblars taking hits at all. Inevitably, eventually, there'll be a blitz attempt on the Noblars, but I'd make my opponent work for those. Go ahead and marking these ogres. These Noblars are such easy prey. I'd be going after the Noblars. Moves Ted, the number 16 Hobgoblin, into position on the ball. Number 14 is going to move in as well. I think we're going to see a Bull Centaur handoff. Then maybe a blitz with the Bull Centaur. The Ghost of Bob McKenzie. Failed the pickup. Doesn't have the re-roll. That'll be a turnover. Turn 8 now for the street. The Brewmeisters will not score this half. It's going to be 1-0. The street's going to be in the lead. The Brewmeisters will be on offense in the second half of the game. Failed Squirmy's boneheaded roll. He won't be able to take a block. 2-die block on the left side of the line. Nope. Not against all that block. That'll be a turnover. Final turn of the first half coming up. The Brewmeisters could pass for some SPP. Try to get a block. Go after a Noblar. Murder a Noblar. And then you can try to set up the 2 dies on the ogres. It's gonna go on the ogre first. That's risky. The Noblar's so easy. He breaks armor. Gets a KO. Well done. We'll see if Elmo stays KO'd for the second half. Oh, go after the Noblar! Gets a pow on burnt. Three die block on this on Shuffle-A-Pig. Not going for it. He's going for the blitz on the ogre instead. Gets a push. Who's he going to try to pass with? He's got 19 on Ted, 29 on Tychum. Probably going to be Tychum to pick the ball up. Bring him up to 30 on a successful pass. Yes, indeed. Good pickup. Quick pass. Whoa! Not passing. Lost an opportunity to pick up some SPP here. You might not know it's turn 8. That's it. The Street currently in the lead, 1-0. The Brewmeisters will be on offense here in the second half of the game. We'll see if the Street gets back their knocked out ogre. And they do indeed. They have a full 11-player roster at this point. They do have 2 secret weapons. I will be very surprised if we don't see them take to the pitch. There's 1. There's 2. Nobla and Bomber, Dribble Snot, take to the pitch. 2 star players with secret weapons, not so secret weapons, a chainsaw, and a bucket of bombs. Oh, I'm really surprised by having these ogres out in the wide zones. I would totally put them here just to have them as mobile as possible, and be sure to get my my blitzes off, my 3-die blocks off. But he does have the star players. He does want to keep them safe. They are pretty fragile. Maybe not a bad idea here. SB Beaver says, took out the Nobblers for the secret weapons instead of the ogres? Of course. Of course. You play an ogre team, you gotta field your ogres. Clear skies for this drive. Remember, the Street still has a wizard hidden somewhere in the stands. Three-man offensive line. Shift way to the left here. 3 halfbacks to the right of them. Here's the kick. The Street's gonna get an extra reroll. Hey! Hey! He was counting on that reroll with his cheerleaders, and it worked out. You can see the Brewmeisters. They do have the +2 fame advantage. It's a D6 plus your fame plus your cheerleaders for the cheering fans kickoff event. So Brewmeisters rolled into a 1, as did the Street. 1 + 2 is 3. 1 + 4 is 5. So the Street's gonna get their first reroll for the game. SB Beaver says an extra. Is it really an extra when it's his first one? It's an extra when you when you have more than you started with. Pulls back the Hobgoblins towards the ball. Looks like he's gonna try for the pickup with Ted, but first he's got some blocks to take. Failed the wild animal roll with the Minotaur. Unlike Boneheaded, he's not going to lose his tackle zones. Spent the reroll, got through the loner roll. Wow. Wow. Gutsy reroll. Frenzy follow-up into a 1-die block. Gets another push. He has to follow up here. That Minotaur is way out of position. SP Beaver says wild animal is the best naked trait in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty good. I still think take root's pretty good. Well, take root, considering the players that take root is on, I think is pretty good. If you can play around the wild animal, which of course you should be doing, then it's wild animal's really not all that bad. 3-die blitz on Nobla, gets the POW. He's looking for an 8+. He doesn't want to eat a chainsaw. Breaks armor. Only got a stun out of it. SB Beaver says, I really want to complain about trees, but I still remember Saturday's game. Saturday's game? I remember yesterday's game. Trees for life. What is time? Going for the ball pickup here. It's going to be a 3+ pickup. Failed the pickup. Doesn't have the reroll to spend. I don't think he wants to spend it anyway. You might need to reconsider that for the next pickup since the ball is in the end zone. It could very well scatter out of bounds. There's a 3/8 chance that if he fails to pick it up, it'll scatter out of bounds, and I don't think he wants to risk that, especially being down a touchdown. Geddy Lee in a bit of trouble here. SB Beaver says time to run a Noblar back to threaten the ball. These Noblars, I think they want to hide behind their ogre buddies. Nick Satan deciding what his next action is going to be here. Action order very, very important to him with just one reroll. Going for the Grenadier pass here. Bomber dribble snot. About to chuck a bomb. Here we go. Failed the pass. It's a 50-50 pass. He doesn't want to re-roll this, but he did. Spent the re-roll. Failed the loner roll. And injured Bomber dribble snot. Oh, see you later, Bomber. Oh, no. And he got a stun on Large Bird as well. That's not good. I think you'd want to save that for last. For this reason. SB Beaver, thank you for the bits. Yes, sir. The passes are always risky. They're always tough, especially if you're going any further than, say, a quick pass. I think he wanted to take those blocks first just because the pass was so risky. Then he could have checked a bomb and see where it took him. But instead, it resulted in a turnover where he lost his Bombardier and got a stun on Large Bird, who was in a critical position. SB Beaver, I don't know what you're talking about. Ogre Dose? Who wrote that? Nonsense, I say. Nonsense. The Street in a pretty good position there. Tactical error cost them here, but they're still in the lead, 1-0. Oh, these marks on the ogres. Ah, boy. Go murder a Noblar. 2-9 block into double skulls. He'll probably re-roll this. Yep, got the POW out of this one. He's looking for a 10 plus. Doesn't get it. If he went after Count Von Numbers over here, you'd only be looking for a 6 plus. Still has plenty of movement left with Brewmeister Smith. Doesn't have the reroll for the ball pickup. He might not want to pick it up here since he spent the reroll. It's going to be a risky pickup. Here's the pickup tip. Failed the pickup. Is it going to go out of bounds? Oh boy, it does not. Turn 10 back to the street. Spent the fireball. Got a KO on a Hobgoblin. He was going after 3 Hobgoblins. I think that wasn't a bad attempt here. We'll see if he gets any more out of this. Gets another one. A downed Hobgoblin, a KO'd Hobgoblin. 1 removal. Is really all he got out of that fireball. He saw an opportunity to go for all 3 Hobgoblins at once, and he took it. Just didn't work out. Those fireballs are 50-50s on every player in the 3x3 grid that the fireball hits. So now the fireball's spent, and the street's 1 reroll spent. Three-die block on Hosehead the dog gets a push. You know what I'm going to have for dinner after tonight's 2 games? I'm going to have a bowl of cereal. That's what I'm going to have for dinner, because I'm an adult. And if I had my way, that cereal would have a prize in the box. Unfortunately, it doesn't, but 2-die Blitz gets a push on Jean Rosie LaRose. Two-die block gets the POW on Getty Lee. Only needs a 9 plus here. Broke armor, got a stun. Good stun on the Minotaur. Might want Shuffle a Pig to maybe get a little further into safety. No, he's gonna bring him into the game. Fair enough. Turn 11 coming up for the Brewmeisters. SB Beaver says that Noblar better get blitzed. Yes, indeed, he better get blitzed. Turn 11 for the Brewmeisters. I think he wants to foul Nobla if he can at all help it. He can just do the foul with Hosehead the dog. That might be a good option. But Nobla is such a risk. But he'll save that for his last action. Such a tough foul too in the position he's in. Could he get an assist over there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can. He can with no GFIs. I'm sorry. He can with 3 GFIs, rather. If he takes the blitz, he could take the blitz on Shuffle a Pig and then finish his movement next to Nabla. He could get an 8+ foul out of it. Both Bull Centaurs are going to retreat. Looks like he's trying to regroup in some capacity here. Not taking any blocks. Going for the pickup. 3+ worked out this time. Advances the ball to his own 8-yard line. Or his own 18-yard line, I should say. "15 seconds ago in turn 11. Continuing to mark these ogres. They are strict to 5 with Mighty Blow. Going for the 2-die ogre blitz. 2-die ogre blitz. 2-die. Finally! Hey! Hey! Yay! Hooray! Oh, injured a Noblar. That's what I wanted to see. Well done. Failed a dodge with number 8. It was a 50-50 dodge. And now, turn 12. I'm sorry, turn 11 going back to the street. Climbers, thank you for the bits. SB Beaver. The kid with dumb questions was injured. SB Beaver says, hope that answered his dumb questions. Oh boy. Glyphius, thank you for the bits. Nabla fouling with the chainsaw. 2 assists on the foul. Only got a stun out of it, did not get called off the pitch. Remember, he still has a bribe. Two-die block gets the knockdown on the ghost of Mr. McKenzie. He's looking for a 10+ here. 10+ with Mighty Blow, didn't get it. Remember, failed his boneheaded roll with Squirmy, and that'll be the turn. Clavius, thank you for the bits, I appreciate it. Remember, Mighty Blow, the way it works is you get to re-roll your armor roll or your injury roll, whichever one you need it on. So when you take a block, you calculate your block die pool, you roll those dice, and whoever had the highest strength gets to choose which of those dice, or which of those dice will be the active die. If it results in a knockdown, you then roll 2d6 against your armor value. You're trying to exceed the armor value. So in the case of number 15 here with an AV of 7, you're looking for an 8+ to break armor. If you break armor, you then make another 2d6 roll to see what the injury is. It will be either a stun, a KO, or a casualty. And if it's a casualty, you roll one more time. It's called a D68 roll. It's a D6 and a D8, and that determines what the casualty will be. It'll be an injury of some type at the least, but it could be an injury with no permanent injury. It's you might just be out for the game. You might miss the next game. You might have some permanent negative effect applied, or you might just be dead. If you roll a 6 on the d6, you're just dead. So lots of die rolls to take players off the pitch. Brewmeisters currently have the ball on their own 10-yard line. They're going to have a quarter left to try to score. Continuing to mark these ogres. These ogres are going to take these blocks happily. Two boneheaded ogres, two downed ogres. Final turn of the third quarter. Stands up Burnt. He's marking Geddy Lee, the number 11 Minotaur at mid-pitch. Takes a mark on the front right corner of the cage with Squirmy, the number 5 ogre. Failed the boneheaded roll with Elmo. Boy, taking the marks with the Nobblers. No fear. Got the, I see, got the assist for the Blitz. Chainsaw Blitz. Gets a stun on Brewmeister Smith. Well done. Yeah, takes another mark here against the... I think he probably wants to take the block against number 9. Oh, he's going for the foul first. This is risky. Got a stun out of it. Did not get called off the pitch. He might not want to block. That might be what his plan is here. He's not going to take the block with number 6 because he doesn't want to risk the boneheaded. No, he'll take the block. And he got the boneheaded. Not sure about the action order there. I guess he wanted to guarantee... Yeah, I'm not sure. Turn 13 for the Brewmeisters. Final quarter of play begins. The Brewmeisters down a touchdown. They're looking to score to tie this ball game, but if they're looking to win, they need to pick up the pace. One minute, 11 seconds to go in this turn for the Brewmeisters. They have one reroll remaining. They're trying to figure out the path forward. Just 35 seconds to go here for the Brewmeisters. No action yet. .27 seconds left on the clock. They're going to move 2 GFIs to move number 14 forward. Takes a mark on an ogre. 1 die block currently on Squirmy the ogre. SB Beer says, I would just throw out some tackle zones and run down the side. Yeah, going after these ogres, you have to dedicate so many players to these blocks, and then you gotta get a 10 plus on the armor break. Personally, I just don't think it's worth it. 3 seconds to go. He's got a blitz. Taking a 3 dot. No, failed the GFI. Is he gonna spend the reroll here? Final reroll spent. Spends the reroll on a 1-die blitz, gets the knockdown. Oh no, are we stuck with the chainsaw sound? Gets an injury on Nabla. He succeeded in taking Nabla off the pitch. And we're just gonna hear his chainsaw for the rest of eternity. Turn 13. Enjoy the subtle, mellow sounds of a chainsaw in your ear for the next 20 minutes. Welcome to MAML ASMR, where we played nothing but chainsaws 24 hours a day. Two-die block on the Minotaur gets a push out of this. Probably tries to take another two-die with Karmit. Could you imagine this bug happened in the first half of the game? Oh boy. I actually think it resets at halftime. I can't remember though. Two-die block on number 9. Gets a pal looking for a 10 plus. He has Mighty Blow. Surprised he didn't take that on the Minotaur. Minotaur has an AV of 8 and is a higher dollar player. Looks like he's given up on stopping the score. Went for the no assist foul. Didn't work out. Didn't get called off the pitch. Oh, the old Noblar D. The Noblar defensive backs. they're gonna save this game. Oh, only got stunned. Only got stunned. He'll take it. Turn 14 for the Brewmeisters. They stand up. Number 8, Hosehead the dog. 3 turns to get on the board. They have yet to cross the line of scrimmage. Clive says getting a stun is basically like succeeding at your armor break. Yeah, getting a stun is like a critical miss, right? It's like, oh, you missed. You missed and you stumbled over your shoelaces and stabbed yourself in the eye. Takes 2 steps back, 1 step forward with Brewmeister Smith. Takes a mark with Doug McKenzie. He's going to cross the line of scrimmage with Tychum Big Arm. He's on the opposing 4-yard line now. Takes a 1-die block on the Ogre. And it happens to work out. This is going to free up the Bull Centaur to get on the ball. Wow, took the GFI too. I don't think that was a necessary GFI. Really, nobody's getting in on that corner except a Noblar, and he only has a strength of 1. So I really don't think he needs to cover this side of the cage. But he's got the cage set up. 2-die block, gets double pals on Large Bird. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. SP Beaver says, would that be a 3-die uphill with the Noblar? Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a 3-die uphill block. Takes a 2-die uphill block. Took the 2-die uphill block, got a push out of it. Turn 14 for the street. They sent one Noblar back. Shuffle a pig to get in front of this cage. We'll probably see Count Von Numbers go back to play defensive back over in the left wide zone as well. Is it a defensive back at this point? He's to play defense, we'll say. Just generic defense. 2-die block on Hosehead. The dog's going to get a knockdown. Follows up. Burnt, free to move. He's going to blitz. Takes the 3-die blitz on the Ghost of Mr. McKenzie. Well done. Smart action order here. This is going to free up Karmit to get in front of this cage. SB Beaver says it's just called back for them. They have no defensive attribute other than maybe being a speed bump. Hey man, sometimes you just need to slow them down. Good boneheaded roll. He's going to take a mark on the cage. Does need to be cognizant of mid-pitch here. He's got to defend against mid-pitch. Takes the foul. Oh, I would have repositioned the Noblar. Didn't break armor. He needs to cover mid-pitch. Turn 15 for the Brewmeisters. The Brewmeisters can move forward. They can also move laterally as well. The Brewmeisters need to advance 3 spaces with the current ball carrier in order to be in scoring position. I mean, I think they just go for broke. I think they kill Shuffle a Pig, set up a half cage, or maybe even they might even be able to get away with a full cage missing the front left corner, and then score on the next turn. Fail to dodge with number 6. That's not going to do it. Is he even in position to score? Unfortunately, he is not. He's 1 space away from scoring. And that's going to be the game. The Street's going to win this one 1-0. Holy moly. What a game. Nani indeed. Thank you for the bits. Brewmeisters turn 10. Turn 10. Turn 16. The best they can do is save themselves, maybe get a block on someone. Definitely pass for some SVP. He's got Tycum Big Arm with the ball. He wants to get an extra point of SVP on Tycum that'll bring him up to 30. Three-die blitz on a Noblar. Shuffle a Pig. He's going to get the knockdown. Looking for the 6+. Nope, it's a dodge push. I thought it was a pal. Good blitz attempt. Does have to be careful that there's 1 more turn left for the Street. He doesn't want to give up blocks if he doesn't have to. Wow! You pass to the AG2 guy and it works out? Oh, it wasn't even a pass. It was a handoff. Oh, boo. So he did a handoff just to get as close to the end zone as he could. That's gonna prevent him from getting that point of SPP on Tycum Big Arm. Just showing off. Save a Hobgoblin, I would say. Takes a 2-die with Getty Lee on Burnt. Gets the knockdown. Has to follow up, though, due to Frenzy. SB Beaver says that bull just needs to trip an inch forward. Yeah. He's got sprint. Why doesn't he have sprint and fall? Takes a YOLO block here against Elmo. Gets a push out of it. Coming up right after this game, we're going to get right in to our second game of the doubleheader. Oh, GFI'd. Tried to save Doug McKenzie. Got a stun out of it. Thankfully, it wasn't something worse. Dwarves are pretty resilient with the thick skull. We're going to get right into the game. Damage Dragons versus Friendly Neighbor Kaiju. The game's going to start at 9 o'clock. The pregame will start at about 9:50, which will be just about when this game's over. That's going to be a lizard mirror match. That's going to be a fun one as well. The Street's going to get their competition kicked off with a win here tonight, 1-0. Well done by Nick Satan. Nick Satan, the Season 1 league champion. This is the second time he's fielded an Ogre team. The last time he fielded an Ogre team was back in Season 1. He didn't win the He didn't win the season with an Ogre team. He won it with a Chaos team. Two-Die Blitz gets the POW on the Minotaur, trying to murder a Minotaur. I better see a GG foul on that Minotaur. I demand it. You're looking for the 9+ on the Minotaur unless he pulls in another assist, and then he can make it an 8+. Boo! Boo! Tradition mandates that you foul the Minotaur. Oh, why would you sacrifice him? Oh, he landed on his feet. Ah, yeah! Oh, boo. It's still a foul, though. Get the stun out of it. Does not get called off. That'll be the game. 1-0. The Street wins this one. Congratulations to Nick Satan and his team. Carmit, the MVP. Tychum Big Arm, the MVP for the Brewmeisters. I would say that's accurate, and he is, in fact, going to level up to level 4. Stats for the game, pretty even on ball possession. The Brewmeisters had it all their half. The Street had it for their half as well. But the Street just played a better game tonight. The Brewmeisters are going to walk away with 11 SPP. The Street's going to walk away with 8. They'll be looking for more than 8 going into some of these games against halflings and such. But it's going to be tough to pick up those SPP because really, how do you get them? How do you get them on this team? He can try for the Kazas, but he's not scoring a whole lot, probably. It's going to be tough to level up these players, in my opinion. So, yeah, Clivey says, wow, you win, you get less SPP than the team that didn't win. Indeed. As mentioned, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to have Damage Dragons versus Friendly Neighbor Kaiju. War Horseman versus Merrick. That's coming up at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's going to be 12 minutes from now. We're going to start the pregame in just a couple of minutes, so we won't cut the stream off. We'll take a short break, and then we'll come back for the pregame of this game. Don't miss it. It's going to be a fun one. Mirror matches are always fun in a game like Blood Bowl. So don't go away. I'm going to get a drink. I'll see you guys back here in a few.